Hello, Natalia here, and today is day 14 of Camp Nanowrimo. So I originally hoped to shoot a short video yesterday on the 13th, but I just didn't end up getting around to it. I got out of school pretty late, and then I had to teach some horseback riding lessons, so by the time I got inside, all of my light was gone, and since I typically use this laptop webcam, it just was not picking up on any of the light, and I didn't want to upload another one of those grainy, dark, like black videos, so I just figured I'd talk about it today. So I've already finished writing chapter 4, and I've inserted that into the manuscript, and now I'm working on editing what is now chapter 5. It definitely takes a little bit of work to switch over from writing mode to editing mode. I've been going back and forth a little bit. Now, I'm having a lot of fun editing chapter 5 because now if you're on my Tumblr, you'll have seen this blog post that I made, but when I write my first draft, it's very sparse. There isn't a whole lot of detail. The characters don't have unique voices yet, and it's just the bare bones. I kind of compare it to building a skeleton. I want to make sure that all the bones are in the right place, and I have to do some work to make sure that they're all in the right place, but afterward, at least I have that structure. Now, when I move into the second draft, which is what I'm working on now, I'm adding layers of muscle and fat and all the ligaments and everything that makes that skeleton work. So I'm going back to the manuscript, and I'm finding small areas of maybe setting description that are really bland and boring, such as the field was green, okay? That's really bad because that doesn't give anybody any sensory details. So now I'm going back through, and instead of saying the field was green, maybe I'm describing the way that the grass is moving in the wind, or the way that the sunlight looks when it's hitting a pond of water. You know, it's just, I know that all sounds cliche, but I'm just really working on trying to get inside of the character's head and see what they're seeing and really describe that to readers, and I enjoy it so much. When I'm writing, I've come to realize that I don't actually know the story, the world, or the characters until after I've finished the first draft, so I try to get through it as quickly as I can, and now that I'm going back through, I understand the world so much better, and I'm able to describe it in so much more detail because I can see it and I can feel it and touch it instead of just having an idea of what it might be. So I'm about halfway done editing chapter 5 right now, and it is my goal to completely finish chapter 5 this evening. I had a really good idea 2 nights ago to insert a new chapter 6. So again, I'm going to have to go from revising mode back into writing mode. However, I feel that this new chapter 6 will be really exciting. In the original manuscript, something happens that upon a second read I knew wasn't very realistic and didn't make sense for the characters or the plot. So by inserting this new chapter 6, it's going to make everything flow a lot more smoothly and just seem more realistic. Now, I don't know if I'm going to write a second book after this one, but I'm thinking that the characters that I introduce in this new chapter 6 could potentially play a big role in that second book if I do ever decide to write it. So I have 4 classes today, and it takes me about 6 hours to get through all those classes, and then I get to come back home. So I'm going to be looking forward to writing all day. Maybe I'll even be able to take some notes while I'm in class. I take my laptop with me, and since my manuscript is on my laptop, I can usually sneak in a few words between classes or when the professor gets exceedingly boring. So I hope to be filming another video later this evening, and maybe I'll even have chapter 5 finished. So I hope all the rest of you have a wonderful writing day. Bye! Hello, I am back. It is about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I just finished editing chapter 5. I'm really happy that I finished it before the sun went down, because now I'm able to film an update video. For scene 2 in chapter 5, there's the first big action scene of the novel, and I definitely think that there's kind of a method to writing action scenes. There's some authors that do it really well, and I can kind of picture the flow of movement between the different characters, and it really makes sense and progresses kind of like a movie would. I can really see it unrolling, as I'm reading it. But then there's also some authors that you read their action scenes and either there's too much description or there's not enough description, and you can't really picture what's going on and how the different characters and the setting is playing into the action that's happening. So I am still not sure what level I'm at with my action writing. I feel like I tend to lean toward a little bit less detail when it comes to how, a sword is moving or how somebody is shooting a bow and arrow. I try to communicate what's going on without drowning the reader in details and too much description, because I feel like that just slows the pace down, which is the exact opposite of what I want in an action scene. I want things to move along pretty quickly. So now that I'm done editing chapter 5, I'm going to go ahead and update my word count on Camp NaNoWriMo to 5,000 words. And I am a little bit ahead right now. I'm about 500 words ahead, which is about half a chapter for me, since I'm doing 1,000 words per chapter edited. I already discussed this in past videos, so I won't go there again. I am still on track to have 10 chapters done by the end of this month. I did add a new chapter, and I plan to add another chapter, so that will bump my novel up to 20 chapters, and I will probably be adding and removing chapters as I move along, but if we just say that there won't be any other chapters added, that means I will be at 20 for the entire manuscript. So if I'm done editing 10 of those come the end of April, that means I am halfway done editing Way of Spears, which is really exciting. I talked to my dad on the phone today, and he's the one that really encourages me to write and to work on my book and to really chase those dreams and go after it. And he asked me, well, how is the book coming along? When will it be done? When will it be for when will it be for sale? When can I read it? So my tentative plans at this point right now are to have the book completely edited by the end of May. So that'll be second draft complete. And after that, I will probably print it out and read through it as a reader would and make small changes or notes about what sections need polishing. And after that, I will likely send it off to beta readers, which I will be looking for. So if you're interested in that, just follow me here on YouTube or on Tumblr or Twitter, because those are the places that I'm going to be seeking people out and posting about my search. I still, I keep going back and forth about whether I want to self-publish this novel or traditionally publish it. I think both of them are really great options, and there's pros and cons to each one, so I still haven't decided yet, and I'm sure that once I get a little bit closer to that point, I'll have a better idea of what I want to do. But at this point, I'm still just going to focus on finishing it, making sure the manuscript is as good and strong and polished as it can possibly be, and then I'm just going to move ahead from there. So this is, again, day 14 of Camp NaNoWriMo. I am sitting at 5 chapters currently edited and feeling really good about it. I hope the rest of you are having a really good writing day and week as well, and I will be updating another video soon. I'll see you later. Bye!